I told my husband if he fights for custody of his kids, I will divorce him. When I met Ryan 3 years ago, he was this sweet divorced dad who saw his 2 kids every other weekend. Hannah was 8 and Jake was 10, and they were honestly great kids. Ryan would always talk about how much he missed them, how their mom Angela made everything difficult, how he wished he could see them more. I felt bad for him. Angela seemed like your typical bitter ex-wife. She'd text Ryan these passive-aggressive messages about pickup times, or suddenly cancel his weekends because the kids had other plans. Ryan would just sigh and say he didn't want to rock the boat because it might make things worse for the kids. When we got married last year, I figured things would stay the same. Every other weekend we'd have the kids, they'd go home Sunday night, and life would continue. But then Ryan started getting these ideas about fighting for more custody. At first it seemed reasonable. Maybe we could get them for dinner one night during the week, or have them stay an extra day sometimes. But Ryan became obsessed. He started talking to lawyers, researching custody laws, documenting every little thing Angela did wrong. That's when I started noticing things. The first red flag was when Hannah had this huge meltdown during one of our weekends. She was crying about how she didn't want to go to her friend's birthday party because it was on our Sunday. Ryan immediately started recording her, saying we needed evidence that she wanted to stay with us more. I felt sick watching him use his daughter's tears like that. Then there was the time Jake mentioned he was struggling with math at school. Instead of just helping him or talking to Angela about getting him a tutor, Ryan saw it as ammunition. He started saying Angela wasn't taking care of their education properly, that the kids needed to live with us full time. But the breaking point came 2 months ago. Hannah had gotten in trouble at school for talking back to her teacher. It was typical kid stuff, nothing major. But Ryan saw Angela's text about it and his eyes just lit up. He started talking about how this proved Angela couldn't handle discipline, how the kids were acting out because they weren't getting proper guidance. That night I found him on his laptop, typing up notes about every minor issue the kids had ever mentioned. A scraped knee from playing outside became lack of supervision. Jake saying he was bored one weekend became emotional neglect. I realized Ryan didn't actually want the kids more because he missed them. He wanted to win. Angela had left him, taken the kids, and now he wanted to prove he was the better parent. The kids weren't his children in those moments. They were trophies. The final straw was last week. Hannah came over with a bruise on her arm from falling off her bike. Normal kid accident, happens all the time. But Ryan took pictures. He measured it. He asked Hannah leading questions about how it happened, trying to get her to say something that might make Angela look bad. I watched my stepdaughter get confused and scared as her dad basically interrogated her about a bike accident. She started crying and asking if she was in trouble. That's when I snapped. I told Ryan we needed to talk privately. I explained that what he was doing wasn't about the kids' best interests anymore. It was about his ego. He was turning his children into weapons against their mother, and they were going to end up damaged in the crossfire. He completely lost it. Started yelling about how I didn't understand, how Angela was poisoning them against him, how he needed to fight for them before it was too late. He said if I really loved him and the kids, I'd support him in this. That's when I said it. If he went through with trying to get full custody, if he continued using those kids as pawns in his personal vendetta against Angela, I would divorce him. He called me heartless, said I was abandoning his children, that I was just like Angela trying to keep him from his kids. But I wasn't trying to keep him from his kids. I was trying to keep him from destroying them.